recording. And also we are broadcasting, I think, on Facebook. Let me just really quickly check here. And here we go. We are broadcasting, I think, on Facebook. There you go. You can hear it. And we have Vidyavati Devi Dasi, Dilip Bhai Patel Prabhu, Bhakta Max. And please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook, as well as those of you who are here online. And we will get started here with the Vigyapti Panchaka prayers. I'm going to start sharing the screen with you all, if you can confirm that you're able to see the Vigyapti Panchaka prayers in some way, shape, or form. Can you?
Yes, Mataji.
All right. So let's get going here. I don't know why Priyanka Mataji is not able to get connected to the audio, but we'll wait. And hopefully she'll be able to join us. Yeah, there she is. She got in. Okay. Om Ajnanatimarandhasya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sa Padantikam Matsamo Nasti Papatma Na Parati Chakaschana Parihare Pilajame Kim Bhuve Purushottama Yuvatinam Yatha Yuni Yunam Cha Yuvato Yatha Manobhiramate Tadvan Mano Me Ramatam Tvai Bhumau Skalita Padanam Bhumirevavalambanam Tvai Jata Paradhanam Tvameva Sharanam Prabhu Govinda Vallabhe Radhe Prarthaye Tvamaham Sada Twadiyam Niti Janatu Govindo Mam Tvaya Saha Radhe Vrindavanadhishe Karunamritavahini Vipaya Nija Padabja Dasyam Mahyam Pradiyatam. Okay, so we can have the reading order defined by me here in the order in which I see them on my screen. Priyanka Mataji, Sutapa Mataji, Varshana Mataji, and Ishwari Radha Devi Dasi Mataji. So can we start with Priyanka Mataji and the translations in English?
O Purushottama, no sinner or offender is as bad as I am. How can I describe my shame? Just as the minds of young ladies take pleasure in a young man, and the minds of young men take pleasure in a young woman, kindly let my mind take pleasure in you alone.
Okay.
Just as the ground is the only support for those whose feet have slipped, you alone are the only shelter for those who have offended you.
Shrimati Radharani, beloved of Lord Govinda, this is my request. May you and Govinda consider me one of assistants.
Who goes after Varshana? Priyanka has...
Ishwari Radha Mataji.
Ishwari Radha dropped off, actually something happened. Okay, Deepal is there. Deepal, can you read?
O Srimati Radharani, O Queen of Vrindavana, you are a river flowing with the nectar of mercy. Please be kind to me and give me a little service at your lotus feet.
Haribol. Okay, so time for reflections. If you have a reflection to share, please unmute yourself and share your reflection.
Hare Krishna Mataji. consider me as your assistant, one of your assistants.
Okay, then what are the duties of an assistant?
Especially to Srimati Radharani, to do what she likes to do for Krishna.
Say that again, your voice broke, Mataji. Varshana Mataji. I think we lost her. Okay, we have some more here coming up on Facebook. Sadhana Mataji, Achita Radhe is there. Anama Zaya Mataji is also there. And we have Vidya Vadhudevi saying that kindly let my mind take pleasure in you alone. So yeah. And Varshana, I think you are back here with us. Please complete your thoughts.
Yes, I considered me as your, in the sense that, O Shrimati Radharani, please consider me as your assistant. Whatever you want to do for Lord Shri Krishna, please help me in doing that. Please assist me in doing that.
In doing that, right? Not assist.
Make me your assistant.
Let me assist you. Yeah, let me assist you in doing that. Right? Let me assist you. Let me become your assistant. Okay. All right.
Yes, Mother.
More thoughts.
Twameva Sharanam Prabhu.
Twameva Sharanam Prabhu. And Khyati, you're smiling. And why would you say that?
Because Krishna is the only shelter, right? We may make plans, we may make things that we want, but ultimately we have to surrender, and whatever is our true desires will be fulfilled by Krishna.
Mm. Isn't it? Yeah.
That is favorable in Krishna consciousness.
Yes. And sometimes you might have plans even favorable in Krishna consciousness, and they might get dashed because Krishna had some other plans for you, like that. We might sometimes get even attached to our own seva that we do. And ask me, I came on the plane coming from India. I had big plans on how I'm going to spend the rest of the year. And then I come to this Corona thing. Well, I was in India when the talk was going on about this virus. And for me, it was like, okay, it's something happening in some other country. And we were safe in India and we were safe in Mayapur because we had stopped any foreign country people to come and visit there, from specific areas. So it was all nice and we were just joking, and America seemed such a faraway place at that time till I come, till I land here, and I'm just asking my husband that, why don't I see anybody? I said, is it a Saturday morning? He said, no, this is because we also started doing these things here. Were in place, and within 2 days we were confined to our homes, not being able to go to the temple either. And I just had the good fortune to go and read the Chaitanya Charitamrita in the temple on Gaur Purnima, and that's it, right? And I didn't even get a chance to see my spiritual master. So last I saw him was in Mayapur in February. Think of that. I live 3.5 miles away from him. So you can make big plans and you can have big transcendental plans, but Krishna might have some other plans, right? Because his Bhagavad Gita classes were not in my plan, I can tell you that. But Krishna had other plans. So yeah, without Krishna's mercy and without Krishna's approval, nothing can happen.
Even when I was talking to you, Mataji, like I was thinking that we'll have Bhakti Vriksha at least once a month, every month for next year. Yes. And Krishna is, it's happening. Yes. It's happening every week now.
Yes. And we were thinking that we will enjoy your prasadam, and that was not in our report.
Yeah. I was talking to my mom and she's like, what are you missing? And I was like, prasadam. And she's like, you're making that home, right? You're still missing it. Like, no, temple prasadam has its different flavors. So.
Yeah, that is true. And then having it with devotees has a different flavor as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Jai Prabhupada.
So I was thinking, Prarthaye Tvam Aham Sada.
And why would you want to have Prarthaye Tvam Aham Sada?
Without prayers, we really can't do anything, actually.
Yeah.
That's when we realize that we really need His mercy,
Yeah. Yeah, once you understand that from Bhagavad Gita and philosophically, you understand that there are 5 factors to an action: your body, your senses, the desire, the soul, the action itself, right? Like that. And then the fifth factor of any action being completed is the super soul, granting you permission to do that. He's observing you all the time, and then he grants you permission, right? So it is said, right, that this body is like a tree, or this world is like a tree, and then there are 2 people, 2 birds sitting on the tree. One is enjoying the fruits of the tree, and the other is just observing the other one, right? And the first bird eats the fruits, and sometimes the fruits are good, sometimes the fruits are bad, like that. But the other one who's observing is also giving permission to the bird to go from one branch to another branch, to try this one out, to try that one out, because the desire is there. And unless our desires are not fulfilled, we don't like it. So it's like, okay, whatever you're desiring, highly lofty or base desires, all of your desires will be fulfilled. And then we suffer as a consequence of some of our desires, and then hopefully our eyes open, and then we take to Krishna consciousness. And so they say that when that bird turns its face towards Krishna and says that, okay, there's something else that is watching me, a more beautiful bird. And then Krishna will, take things in hands, as we see in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita 2.7, where Arjuna says, Shishyaste ham shadi mam tram prapanna. So this little bird has turned its face to Krishna. And then we are seeing the nectar flow from Krishna once that relationship has been established there. Like that. So yeah, good point, Vishwari Radha. Without prayers, you cannot do anything.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Mataji.
Mataji, I also take that one, that Tam Eva Sharanam Prabhu, because we have to pray, we have to totally surrender to Krishna. But I am feeling nowadays that even your prayer, what you are asking, that is also you have to tell Krishna that please help me to ask the proper things. Means because I remember once you told that, okay, if I ask something and that may have the negative effect, means so sometimes we have to be very careful. Everything, even my talking, my praying, that also means we have to dedicate it to Krishna. That please help me to ask the proper thing in a proper way. Means our words, our mood, everything. So that's why I'm telling that you are the only shelter, Sharanam.
Very good. Very, very nice observation. And Khyati Mataji, would you like to add your story on what if you don't ask for the proper thing? What if our tongue slips?
I think you're talking about that Kumbhakaran story.
Yeah.
So Kumbhakaran was asking for Indrasan, but he said Nindrasan. So he got boon of sleeping for 6 months and being awake for 6 months.
There you go. Yeah. And so that was a slip of the tongue. But sometimes the things that we ask are intentional. Intentionally, we are asking for the wrong thing. Right? So yes, that's a very important point, that because your prayers could just get answered and then you regret later.
Like Dhruva Maharaj, Mataji, when he asked that, I want a bigger kingdom than Lord Brahma even.
Yes.
And he got it. And he didn't want it once he got the darshan of Krishna. Of
Krishna, he didn't want it, yeah. But still Krishna gave it to him, right? Because Krishna didn't say, there's got to be good publicity for Krishna. He shouldn't come across as, and I'm just kidding, he shouldn't come across as a person who made this little 5-year boy, stay without food. In the beginning, he was just surviving on berries, and then he went on leaves, and then he went just on water, then he just went on air, like that, and then he stopped breathing, like that. So after you make a person go through all that, and then somehow you mess up with his mind, which says that I don't want what I was, really going through all these austerities for. So Krishna says, no, I give to my devotees if they ask something. And he gives that to him also. But then, of course, Dhruva Maharaj goes back to Godhead in the end, after ruling for 35,000 years. Yeah. What else?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
One of my friends, you say, she long time back, she asked for a son, and she was literally praying to get a son. She had daughters before. She got a son. Mataji, he was blind, and his kidneys were not working properly. And he lived only for 20 years and went away. So he gave more pain than, in fact, the mother donated her kidney also to him so that he can survive. But that also did not work. So this is sometimes, Mataji, we ask for good, but this is how it happens, because it is his desire, his will. That is what is more important.
Yes, and the desire to have a son is actually a little bit flavored with the fact that we want to enjoy heavenly kingdoms. And you need to have a son down here on the earth to be doing Karam Kandi activities for you so that you can enjoy up there, right? So sometimes people want to have, other than the social stigma that is there in India, but sometimes it's also flavored by that. And that's why people say that, if you don't have a son, you have a big problem because you will go to hell and you can't be elevated and things like that. But that's not true, right? Whether you have a son or not, whether you're a man or a woman, this is Kali Yuga. And anybody can go back to God just by chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So keep that in mind. Yes. And thank you for sharing that story that just tells you, that how messed up life can get. By asking for things that God had not given you in the first place. And this kind of reminds me of Chitraketu's Harsha Shoka story, right? It's the son when born, or, when, the doctor said it's a boy, you're very happy. And they said, oh, but he's blind. Yeah. But your karma follows you. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Boy was really a devotee, Mataji. He went 20 years back, he was a devotee child.
There you go. Yeah. See, if the mother also takes to devotional service, then that's fantastic for her. Then she'll be able to handle this grief in a different way, right? She will be overjoyed that she got devotee association for 20 years and that she was able to serve a devotee by donating her kidney. You see? Yeah. Krishna's ways are mysterious. Yeah, so it's all about, surrendering to Krishna, to whatever Krishna is giving to you in your life, to accept it. And as Vaisheshika Prabhu says, don't try to adjust things in this material world. It's better not to adjust. If there is a feel for you that you need to adjust, then go talk to your spiritual master, go talk to some senior, go talk to your mentor, and they might give you some advice. If there is at all a need that you're not able to tolerate whatever onslaughts are coming to you from the material world, talk it out in confidence with somebody that you trust, who can talk to you, and then chalk out a plan accordingly, right? The surrender to Krishna is not easy. But if you do it, then, rest of the other things become much more easy there. And here we go. This next verse. I'm just being cognizant of time because we have a few more minutes to go before I have to leave for another meeting. Today's Friday, when we have a very short session. Okay. Who's next in? Oh, can you read the reading order, please? I know that Suyash has made it. Oh, wow. Suyash is
Priyanka Mataji, Ishwari Mataji, Deepal Mataji, Khyati Mataji, Nirul Prabhu, Varshana Mataji, Sutapa Mataji, Suyash, Shraddha Mataji.
Okay. So go ahead, Priyanka. Priyanka.
Mataji, I already read, so.
Ishwari Mataji didn't get a chance to read, so she
Yeah.
didn't read. And
okay, Ishwari Mataji.
Deepal Mataji read, so I will continue after that.
Okay, whoever is going to continue, please continue. Who's supposed to
Mataji there?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I will go. Sakrad eva prapannoya stavasmiti yachate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami itad vritam mama.
Very nice.
Sakrit, once only, Eva, certainly, Prapanna, surrendered. Yeah, anyone who, twa, yours, asmi, I am, iti, thus, cha, also, yachate, praise, abhayam, fearlessness, sarvada, always, tasmai, unto him, dadami, I give, etat, this, vratam, vow, mama, my.
Translation: It is my vow that if one only once seriously surrenders unto me, saying, "My dear Lord, from this day I am yours," and prays to me for courage, I shall immediately award courage to that person, and he will always remain safe from that time on.
Right? So I was saying that surrender to Krishna is difficult, but if we do it, then you get the courage to handle everything. And instead of doing that, we try to adjust whatever is happening to us. We try to adjust material problems materially, and then we end up in a bigger soup like that. So,
Mataji, what your emphasis for adjust means? What is the particular meaning here? Means to adjust things means.
To adjust things is like, you know, this example that well might not apply to the friend that Ishwari Radha mentioned, but then people are saying that, you know, I have got only daughters and I want to go and enjoy in the heavens, so let me just go and have a son also. So let me do some yagyas, let me give some donations, let me try to figure out how to get a son. So you are adjusting your situation, right? My situation right now has only daughters, you want a son. And then you adjust, and then what happens? Like that, right?
Okay.
Like that. So
thank you, Mataji.
You try to tweak your things here and there. Like, I'm not getting along well with this man, so let me divorce him and then get married to another one. But the thing to notice is that if you're not getting along well with anybody, it is your karma that is in action. And until your karma gets exhausted, you can marry as many as you want. You will never get happiness with any spouse in the world because your karma is not allowing it. So when you get a particular body in this material world, we are destined to suffer a certain set of karma, right? And so any amount of adjustments that we do is not going to help us. So surrender to Krishna and say, okay, I'm in this particular situation. I cannot get out of it, but give me the strength. And then our verse said that if you surrender to me, then I will give you the courage. I will give you the courage to handle that part of it. Like that. Surrender. Imagine, you know, like Prabhupada was a surrendered soul. He was completely surrendered to his spiritual master and to Krishna. Otherwise, who will jump on a you know, merchant navy ship at the age of 69 with no money on you, right? So where is he getting the courage to do all that? 2 heart attacks on the way. Who gives you the courage? It comes from within, from Krishna, like that. So Sakrideva Prapannavat. Even once if you do that, then he will give you the courage. And it requires a lot of time, a lot of practice where it will happen. Slowly start small. Don't try to jump. And, you know, you can start with, I'm going to surrender to Krishna on this aspect of my life. I'm going to surrender to Krishna on that aspect of my life, you know. Slowly pick up smaller aspects of life and then spread your network. And until it comes to total surrender. And Krishna will help you when he sees your desires and your intentions there.
Can you give one small example, like you say, how to surrender? Small steps.
Small step would be, for example, my husband doesn't listen to me. And I have tried everything possible in the world to make him understand. Right? So just surrender to Krishna and say, Krishna, I can't handle that part. I've tried everything from shouting to counseling. Right? And I'm just surrendered to you. So Krishna will do 2 things. Either he can do something to the spouse and make them change their behavior. The spouse can eat prasad ma thing, and they can get changed. Or, you know, they will give you the courage to tolerate everything that is happening. So if you have the courage, if you're able to tolerate anything, then it doesn't matter at all, right? So you see, the things, the outside world might not change, but our reaction to it can change. The way we react to it can change completely. I mean, I remember there was a lady. She's a initiated person from Canada. And she had a husband who was an atheist. And no matter what she said, you know, or tried to explain, nothing. And actually it was other way around. The husband used to complain that, why are you doing devotional service? It was not even that, you know, you do your thing, don't mess with me. It was like, you know, you also stop your devotional service. From there. And then, so she was talking to somebody in the temple, and that person said that, you know, you don't do anything. You stop saying anything to him. You just take this Mahaprasad and have faith in Krishna and let Krishna take care of you, your husband. So within 1 month of eating Mahaprasada, that person got so much turned, you know, and completely a reversal, that he then wanted to get initiated even before the wife could get initiated, you know, like that. So leave it to Krishna. Leave it to Krishna, and he will find a better solution. Because all the solutions that we have tried here are no good solutions, are they? Anything that we try, it just messes it up more and more.
Thank you, Mataji.
Welcome. Okay, I'm just being cognizant of the time. We just have just a little bit of time to just go over and read the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita together. But hold on to your thoughts if you have more. We will connect again on Sunday, right? And we have a class in the evening today on Srimad Bhagavatam. If there's a burning question, we can address that at that time. We'll have plenty of time there. Okay, so can we get going with the sharing of this?
Yes. Do you want me to share? Okay.
I've already started sharing. In the interest of time, I just thought I'll do that. Okay, give us the reading order. Next, who's going to read?
Who read last? Niral Prabhu. Varshana Mataji.
Varshana, go ahead.
Okay. Contents of Bhagavad Gita. Text 1, Sanjay said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. Text 2, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets but to infamy. Hare Krishna.
Text 3, O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading importance. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. Text 4, Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in a battle men like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? Hare Krishna.
Text 5. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. Text 6. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield.
After Suyash, it's me, right? Text 7. Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Text 8. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven.
Text 9, Sanjaya said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. Text 10, O descendant of Bharata, at that time Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to grief-stricken Arjuna.
Text 11, the Supreme Personality of God has said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. Mataji, can you scroll up a little bit more? Thank you. Text 12. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. Hare Krishna.
Who's next?
Text 13. As the embodied soul continuously passes in the body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Text 14. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O sign of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not bewildered by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that the non-existent, the material body, there is no endurance, and of the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both.
That which pervades the entire body you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore fight, O descendant of Bharata.
Text 19. Neither he who thinks the living entity the slayer, nor he who thinks it slain, is in knowledge. For the self slays not nor is slain. Text 20. For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Hare Krishna.
Sutapa.
Sorry, Mataji. So sorry. O Partha, how can a person who knows the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, and immutable, kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? Text 22. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, and the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. Hare Krishna.
Text 23. The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. Text 24. The individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble and can be neither burned nor dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same.
Garima, are you in a position to read? Garima?
Yes, Mataji.
Can you read text 25, please?
Yeah. It is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable, and immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve for this body. Text 26. If, however, you think that the soul or the symptoms of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty armed.
One who has taken this birth is sure to die, and after death one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament. Text 28. All created beings are unmanifest in the beginning, manifest in the interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So what need is there for lamentation? Go ahead. Back
Text 29. Some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. Text 30. O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being.
Text 31. Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation. Text 32. O Partha, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planets. Hare Krishna.
If, however, oh, sorry, yeah. Bhabi, go ahead.
Text 33. If, however, you do not perform your religious duty of fighting, then you will certainly incur sins for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. People will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death.
The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you?
O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. And by doing so, you shall never incur sin.
Hari Bol. Okay, so we did our daily morning ritual of reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we'll go into text 23, and I think we will only have time to read this text and continue the discussion on it next week. So who goes next after Neeraj?
Yes, Mataji.
Please go. Quickly. Yeah.
Nanam chitanti shastrani nanam dahati pavakah na chainam klebayante apo na shoshyati marutah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Okay, synonyms. Who's going to give us synonym?
Na never, enam, the soul, chindanti, can cut to pieces, shastrani, weapons, na never, enam, the soul, dahati, burns, pavakaha, fire, na never, cha, also, enam, the soul, kledayanti, motion, apaha, water, na never, shoshayati, dries, marutaha, wind.
Translation: the soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind.
Garima? Oh, Garima goes, right? After you, Suyash?
All kinds of weapons, swords, flames, weapons, rain weapons, tornado weapons, etc. are unable to kill this spirit soul. It appears that there were many kinds of weapons made of earth, water, air, ether, etc. in addition to modern weapons of fire. Even the nuclear weapons of the modern age are classified as fire weapons, but formerly there were other weapons made of all different types of material elements. Fire weapons were counteracted by water weapons, which are now unknown to modern science. Nor do modern scientists have knowledge of tornado weapons. Nonetheless, the soul can never be cut into pieces nor annihilated by any number of weapons, regardless of scientific devices.
The Mayavadi cannot explain how the individual soul came into existence simply by ignorance and consequently became covered by the illusory energy. Nor was it ever possible to cut the individual souls from the original Supreme Soul. Rather, the individual souls are eternally separated parts of the Supreme Soul. Because they are atomic individual souls eternally, Sanatana, they are prone to be covered by the illusory energy, and thus they become separated from the association of the Supreme Lord. Just as the sparks of a fire, although one in quality with the fire, are prone to be extinguished when out of the fire. In the Varaha Purana, the living entities are described as separated parts and parcel of the Supreme. They are eternally so according to the Bhagavad Gita also. So even after being liberated from illusion, the living entity remains a separate identity, as is evident from the teachings of the Lord to Arjuna. Arjuna became liberated by the knowledge received from Krishna, but he never became one with Krishna. Hari Om Tat Sat. So I'm very, very close to, I'm 4 minutes away from my next meeting, so I need to prepare and set the conference call, etc. for that meeting. So I'll take your leave, but fantastic verse, very, very important. And dwelling on this verse, and actually on this whole, battery of verses that Krishna is speaking, will help us in surrendering, and will give us the courage also to surrender when we understand what is it that, you know, prevents us from surrendering? What is it that we are afraid of most that's going to happen to us from surrender? And if you bring in the spiritual aspect that I'm the spirit soul, and we will go maybe this time, maybe tomorrow, more into, you know, what is Brahman, and, you know, that I am Brahman, and how can I realize that I am Brahman, and what activities that I can do that while even living in this material body, I can become Brahman or spiritual in nature. Okay. So have a fantastic day today. Think of Krishna, and we will meet again just in a couple of hours from now. Okay. So sorry, my apologies that I have to leave at such a short notice, but we'll meet again. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.